Right this moment, Nuburu Inc., trading under the ticker BURU, is at $0.23 a share. That is a sharp drop, down $0.0369 on the session, or 13.83% in the red. The market is live, and that is a brutal intraday move. Now, when most people see a stock under $1, let alone under 25 cents, and watch it drop 14% in the first hour of trading, the immediate reaction is to label it a failed, speculative penny stock. The expectation is that this is just another company burning cash, heading for delisting, and an easy target for short sellers. Many investors doing some self-investing on the Robinhood app might see that red number, panic, and sell immediately. But that expectation that this is just a random, chaotic drop is not the full story. The reality of why it's moving this way is far more complex and, frankly, more interesting. What you are watching is not the death of a company, but the market's complete and total confusion as it tries to price a high-stakes, rapid corporate transformation that is happening right in front of us. The Nuburu that exists today is not the Nuburu that most people bought into. The common ground is this. The original story for this investment was simple and compelling. Nuburu was the blue laser company. They developed and manufactured high-power blue lasers, which are fundamentally better at welding and 3D printing with reflective metals like copper and aluminum than traditional infrared lasers. In a world moving toward electric vehicles, batteries, and advanced electronics, which all use a ton of copper, this technology seemed like a clear winner. It was a niche, high-tech play. You could easily picture this technology being essential, perhaps even becoming a supplier for a company like Tesla stock, or in the supply chain for NVIDIA stock's complex hardware. It was a classic, high-risk, high-reward tech story, the kind that fills online investing forums. But here's the reality check. That original story failed to materialize. The company has been struggling. We're talking about declining revenues, consistent unprofitability, and a cash burn rate that put its very survival in question. The company even received a warning letter from the NYSE American Exchange regarding its low stock price and stockholder equity, a major red flag for any individual brokerage account holder. They were forced to do a 1-for-40 reverse stock split just to maintain their listing. This is the part where reality fell far short of expectation. The recent financials are difficult to look at, with revenues and earnings declining significantly year over year. This isn't a company that can be passively managed in a Schwab Intelligent Portfolios account. It's a hands-on, high-alert situation. So the stock's recent movement, including today's 14% crash, is not about a minor tweak to a laser. It is the market reacting to a barrage of shocking, company-altering news. Nuburu is no longer just a blue laser company. The management team, in what appears to be a full-blown survival pivot, is aggressively trying to turn this into a defense and security technology platform. This isn't a slight shift, it's a completely new identity. In just the last 60 days, look at what they have announced. They completed a public offering to raise $12 million. While dilutive, which certainly put pressure on the stock, that cash was essential. Why? Because they immediately went on an acquisition spree. They announced the acquisition of Orbit, a company with a defense-grade software-as-a-service or SaaS platform. They announced a strategic alliance and path to acquiring Tekne, a specialized provider in the defense and security sector based in Italy. They are actively trying to get accreditation from the Italian government. They've also renewed a partnership with Maddox Defense to develop military-grade drones. They even appointed a dual CEO structure to manage this rapid transformation. This is the tension. The market is trying to figure out what it's even holding. Are they holding a failing laser company, or are they holding the ground floor shares of a new diversified defense tech integrator? Today's 14% drop suggests the market is deeply skeptical. The trading volume is enormous, clocking in at over 5.3 million shares already, a huge figure relative to its nano-cap of only $32 million. This isn't calm online investing, this is a battlefield. You're seeing the old investors, the ones who bought the blue laser for EVs story, running for the exits, while a new, highly speculative group of traders, perhaps using Interactive Brokers for its direct market access, are jumping in, betting this pivot could work. The volatility is extreme. This stock is moving with a speed that makes even Apple stock on an earnings day look tame. Let's dig into that old business model for a second, because it's the foundation for the new one. The company was founded on the physics that blue light is absorbed much more efficiently by metals like copper, aluminum, and gold than traditional infrared lasers. Traditional lasers are in the infrared spectrum, and that light just reflects off these shiny metals, making welding them difficult, slow, and messy. Nuburu's blue laser could, in theory, create stronger, faster, and cleaner welds for EV battery tabs, electronic packaging, and 3D printing. Their competitors are large, established players like IPG Photonics and Coherent. Nuburu was the small, specialized challenger. The problem was they couldn't scale fast enough, and the market adoption, combined with their financial struggles, wasn't happening. The build-it-and-they-will-come strategy was failing. So the new business model is a complete pivot. They are trying to bolt on new, potentially recurring revenue streams. The acquisition of Orbit brings in a $3.6 billion defense-grade SaaS market, according to their own press releases. The Tekne and Maddox Defense deals are a clear push into government contracts, military hardware, and drones. They are essentially saying, we will use our core blue laser technology, but we will apply it to these new, high-margin defense applications, and we will surround it with a platform of software and other defense services. It's an all-in gamble. They are using their one remaining asset, the unique laser technology, as a key to unlock a completely different door. This is the level of strategic risk you rarely see. It's the kind of thing that either results in a total wipeout or a 1,000% gain, with very little room in between. This is not a stock for someone just looking for investment help. This is for hardened speculators. This brings us to the future outlook. What happens from here? The risks are almost too many to count. First, integration. They are a small, cash-poor company trying to acquire and integrate multiple new businesses, including one in a foreign country, Italy, all at once. This is incredibly difficult. Second, funding. That $12 million they raised will not last long, given their cash burn rate and the costs of these new ventures. Another offering, and more dilution, seems highly likely. Third, execution. Can a laser tech-focused management team successfully pivot to become a defense sector-focused SaaS and hardware provider? It requires a completely different skill set, new contacts, and an understanding of government contracting. Many investors on platforms like SoFi Invest might look at this and, quite reasonably, decide the risk is simply too high. However, there is a fascinating counter-narrative buried in the institutional filings. This is the reality that most retail traders miss. While the price is collapsing, you have to look at who is buying. In the most recent 13F filings, we see some very interesting names. UBS Group Aggregate, a massive global bank, increased its position by over 10,000%, now holding 4.3 million shares. The Vanguard Group, known for its passive, long-term approach, increased its stake by 95% to over 720,000 shares. We even see Fidelity funds, specifically the Fidelity Extended Market Index Fund, FSAMX, holding a position. Now, let's be clear, for institutions like Vanguard or the managers behind Fidelity Evers, these are tiny, speculative positions, likely rounding errors in their massive portfolios, but they are not selling. They are buying. They are not buying the failing laser story. They are placing a small, calculated bet that this pivot into a defense hub led by a new management team might actually have legs. They are betting on the new story, while the retail market is still reacting to the failure of the old one. This is the ultimate tension. The expectation for a sub-$1 stock is that it's junk. The reality is that it's a company in the middle of a violent, high-stakes, and deeply uncertain transformation. The 14% drop today is the market's vote of no confidence, but the institutional filings show that some of the biggest players in the investment world are at least curious enough to place a bet. So, here's what I want you to do. Comment below if you think this pivot into defense is a brilliant survival move or a desperate final gamble. To summarize, we are watching a stock trade at $0.23, down hard on the day. The expectation is that this is a simple penny stock collapse. The reality is